This video is sponsored by Wildlife Command Center Coffee. More about them at the end of the video. Hey everybody, it's me, John Ward, and I am back with another Dark Park film reviews. And this will be well, you can probably tell by the thumbnail, a Dollar Tree video, or as I now call them, $1.25 tree video. And I have a lot of videos. And this month I went a little crazy and for February. And I bought stuff from Amazon. I bought stuff from eBay. I bought stuff from Oldies. I bought stuff from $1.25 tree. I bought stuff from Zia Records. So I have a ton of stuff, and I have a lot of $1.25 tree videos. So what I did is that I kind of looked through the bags and picked out 10 of the ones that I like the most. And well, that's not necessarily true, not the most, but I picked out 10 that I thought were interesting. And there's a couple Blu-rays. There are a couple thin box ones. And then there's the regular DVDs. And the thin box ones I find interesting. So let me just double check. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, 10. And so we'll take a look at those. And these are fairly new. So some of them may go back, a week or a couple weeks, maybe, something like that. But you should still be able to find all of these at Dollar Tree. And I did hit probably about 5 or 6 Dollar Trees. Not all at once, but, one day I'd go to one, and then maybe a couple days later I'd hit another one. And then a week later I'd hit another one. And, so that's how I found a lot of this stuff. And, some of them I will be saving for other videos, that I think would probably work better. So let's get into it. Let's take a look at the very first one that I have on here. And this is the Salem witch trials. So this is an interesting one. And the funny thing about this is brought up 3 times for Indie Film Cafe that Jonathan, Paul, and myself did. So that should be coming out shortly, and you'll see that all 3 of us have the same DVD Blu-ray. So that was kind of funny that we all just happened to have it. So I guess a lot of $1.25 trees carry it. But this stars Kirstie Allen and Alan Bates. So that's an interesting duo. And it says the most famous witch hunt of all time, ... I think Donald Trump would disagree with them. There is a review down here, and it says splendidly authentic, stunning, compelling, fascinating, and that is from Hollywood Reporter. I have a feeling this probably isn't exactly correct. So, oh shit, I just saw who directed it. Joseph Sargent directed this. When did this? 2001. So Joseph Sargent directed the original and really good Taking of Pelham 1, 2, 3, which was then later remade with John Travolta. But I guess he didn't like success and of making these great films in the 70s, that he decided to, in the 80s, make Jaws: The Revenge. And now we're up to Salem witch trials. So, and I said that on purpose with my mouth covered, because he was at one time a really good director. I don't know. I haven't seen this. Who knows? Maybe it's pretty good. But there's its side. And this is Echo Bridge. So let's see here. Does it? Oh, I guess up here are the special features. So let's see. Feature picture, as they put it, is full high definition 1080i, and it's 16 by 9. This is weird how this is all put. It does say Canada down here though. So let's see. It's just odd how it's framed up here. So okay, then 16 by 9, then 1.78 to 1 aspect ratio. Its audio is English 2.0 stereo, English 2.0 stereo uncompressed, smart menu technology. Let's see. Browse the menu on screen without leaving film. Why does this sound like it's so old? So 2005, color widescreen. Oh my God, 191 minutes? Was this maybe a mini series? Wow. Rebecca De Mornay is in this too. Special appearances by Peter Ustinov and Shirley MacLaine. And it says here 2001. So maybe that's when the film was made. And in 2005 up here, maybe that's when the film was released. Another review, insightful and solidly acted, ... San Francisco Chronicle. Not rated. Adult situations, violence, nudity. 2010, Echo Bridge. So here we have 2001, looks like when it was made. 2005 is when it was released. And then 2010 is when Echo Bridge released it. This is confusing. All right, well, let's find out what this is about then. Okay. Salem, Massachusetts, a small town with no clear governing body, become embroiled in a scandal that forever stands as one of the darkest chapters in American history. That is for sure. For those accused of witchcraft by their neighbors and friends, there was little chance of clearing their names. The mass paranoia that ravaged through the community took the lives of 19 innocent men and women. If I'm remembering correctly, it was only one man. The rest were women. And the women were like hung, burned, drowned, and the man had a giant stone put on his chest that caved in his like ribs and stuff and crushed him. That's what I'm remembering. With an all-star cast of Kirstie Allen, Rebecca De Mornay, Kirsten Booth, Shirley MacLaine, Peter Ustinov, and Alan Bates, Salem Witch Trials dramatically revisits 1692 colonial America and the haunting legacy it holds. So you got a woman screaming, and they kind of echoed her over here. There's Kirstie Allen. That could be Alan Bates. Here's a woman here. There's like a man and a woman maybe here that look like they've been maybe branded witches. Here's a woman in bed, and a woman maybe taking care of her. Also, from what I'm remembering about this is the hysteria began because of land property. That if somebody, because remember, everybody was with the Crusades and all that type of stuff, especially over in Europe and stuff. Everybody, if you didn't believe in God, you were murdered. If you know, it's if they even thought that you know, I mean, somebody could show an intelligence for math or the beginnings of science, and they'd be looked at as like a witch or a heretic or something like that. With this, I believe it dealt with property. Is that if I wanted your property, I would just say, "Oh, that person's a witch," and then you would have to prove you're not, which of course would never happen. And then you would be murdered for property. And that's when everybody started accusing everyone because they wanted property. So yeah, so that's from what I understand is there's probably more to it, but of course, you know, during the Trump campaign, you know, it was, you know, in his time in the White House that it was all about the witch hunts, the witch hunts, the witch hunts. Fucking idiot. So yeah, so this is kind of what they base those, you know, the Trump and his cronies, you know, were yelling about, you know, the witch trials. All right, so let's take a look inside. No, it's not bad. It's different. I like that. What's it say down below? Oh, Salem Witch Trials widescreen, 2008. What the? Okay. So 2001, 2005, 2008, 2010. Wow. Okay. Weird. All right. The dates are the most confusing thing on this so far. All right. I got my wildlife coffee mug. Please watch the video or check out the link below for their coffee. Their coffee is excellent. So I drink it a lot. There's two. There's a dark and a breakfast. Both of them are good. Breakfast is good for breakfast and dark is good for at night while you're having dessert or something. So please check them out. Their coffee is very good. And it goes to a good cause too. They like to help animals and stuff. So the next Blu-ray is called Two Graves in the Desert. I like this cover. There's a lot going on. I guess this one's okay too. This kind of seems like a cover like the Asylum would put together. This one looks much more professional. And it stars Michael Madsen and William Baldwin. I guess these days that's the Baldwin you would go to. It also stars Ivan Gonzalez and Cassie Holworth. It is directed by Benjamin. Oh, good. I don't know how to pronounce his last name. Golabray. Benjamin Golabray has the little line on top of the E. So Golabray. Oh, it takes place in Vegas. So the Vegas road trip from hell. And so there we got Michael Madsen. There's William Baldwin. And this is here's a woman like stuck in a trunk or back of a truck. She doesn't look too well. I mean, she looks okay in there. She looks like she's doing okay. Plenty of room, ton of room in that trunk. It does have its slip jacket, which I like. Oh, I never took this out of the plastic. Well, let's do that right now so I can open it. Let's try to get this open with just my finger. I didn't open some of these yet. Don't want to get the plastic on the ground because the cat will eat it. All right, almost done. Almost done. Almost done. All right, there we go. Let's start that over. Oh, and this has its slip jacket. And you know how much I like slip jackets. Slip jacket. All right. Excuse me. Here's its side and its back. A lot going on that back. So let's see. What would you do if you woke up in the boot of a car tied up and gagged? In the boot? I'm guessing that's trunk of a car? Boot? Once again, sounds Canadian. Let's see here. This is... And we got who directed it already. Let's see if there's anybody else. So Michael Madsen, William Baldwin. Nope. These names look foreign, so it might not be. There's a lot of releasing companies here. Lot of them. Let's see. So the film is not rated. It's widescreen, color, 84 minutes. It is English. And it says it's 2020. So there's Daniel Baldwin, Michael Madsen. Here you have a woman who looks like her. So woman and guy in the back of the car. Here you have two bodies all wrapped up in plastic. Hope they didn't give away the ending, since that does kind of look like her. Michael Madsen right there smoking a cigarette. And then there she is again. Looks like with a guy, so it could be him. Trying to see. All right, so let's see. When Eric wakes up tied and gagged in the trunk of a pickup truck, see here they say truck. Down here they say boot. I don't drive a truck. I just drive a Chevy car, Malibu. Maybe boot is a common word for a truck, for the back of a truck. I don't know. But according to here, when Eric wakes up tied and gagged in the trunk of a pickup truck, it's instantly clear he's been kidnapped, and he quickly discovers he's accompanied by a young woman, Blake. So that's Eric, one has to assume, and that's Blake. Another hostage. Neither can recall how they ended up in this dire situation, and together they desperately try to get any help they can. Excuse me. With no help coming, and as things become more and more hopeless, it soon becomes apparent that there is more at stake than it first seems. The two kidnappers have their own agenda, and it's not a pleasant one. Okay. Excuse me. All right, well, let's see what the... That is not a Las Vegas license plate. So maybe they're driving, because it does say road trip. The Vegas road trip from hell. So maybe they're driving from like LA to Vegas, but yeah, that's definitely not a Vegas license plate. So maybe California. And it... Yeah, it looks the same. There's the inside, which is just the front. Okay. Yeah. No reviews or anything. Now, these next two, these are these thin case. And the first one is the Mad Bomber. Now, see how thin that is? You know, compared to. So back in the day, when I was in my maybe 20s or late teens or whatever it is, you could go into gas stations and there were mostly, I think, like Shell stations. And you could buy, and it was in a cardboard box that was like in the shape of a triangle. And they would just have these movies. And I think that they were like maybe $5 each, you know, and this is how they were all done. They were just kind of shoved into this box and you could look through them and then you would pick them up. And there were a lot of the times always public domain movies. There were horror movies, science fiction films, action movies, a lot of Asian stuff, you know, like martial arts. And so that's why when I saw these, I picked them up. I didn't pick up all of them. I think there were about 6 and I maybe picked up like 4 of them. And I'm going to show 2 of them now. But yeah, I just found it interesting that these guys are that this company is going back to, this particular company is going back to these kind of thin cases. And I know I've been sent movies that I've ordered from people, you know, within like the last couple of years, and they've sent them to me in this. I don't really know why, because since this isn't standard anymore, but or really never was to begin with. But yeah, so I thought that was interesting. So it says Cinema Deluxe, The Mad Bomber. This I remember watching on TV when I was a kid, and when VHS was around, I recorded it. It's got Vince Edwards and Chuck Connors, the great Chuck Connors, and it says it's a race against time. There's Vince Edwards right there, and he seems to, Chuck Connors is here. He's got some sort of like a needle, and looks like maybe he wants to give this woman a shot who does not like, you know, she doesn't like him touching her. So, and the company is Ginny On that released this. So it's Mad Bomber. We got a clock ticking, an alarm clock. And it's produced and directed by the great Bird-Eye Gordon, who did Food of the Gods, Empire of the Ants, War of the Colossal Beast, The Colossal Man, my God, The Cyclops, Attack of the Puppet People, I believe. You know, no, he was big, so he wasn't Attack of the Puppet People. He was big. Charles Band is small. Charles Band didn't do Attack of the Puppet People either, but that's Charles Band from, Full Moon always does small stuff. Bird-Eye Gordon always did big stuff. But Bird-Eye Gordon directed this one. And oh, look at that. So we got Vince Edwards, Chuck Connors, Neville Brand. Wow. Let's see if there's anybody else in here. No, nothing. Cinematography is Bird-Eye Gordon. Production coordinator might be his wife, Flora M. Gordon. It is based on a short story by Mark Behem. Running time is 90 minutes. It's color. 1989. So I guess I wasn't a kid. Was this later? God, I could swear this was earlier. No, well, printed in U.S. 1989 College Films. 1996 TV Matters. 2005 is that Genron. Not rated. Okay. Well, let's see here. What does it say? In an explosive plot filled with twists and surprises, Geronimo Manelli, Vince Edwards, is a cop chasing a dangerous criminal, an insane bomber who targets schools and hospitals. However, before he can catch his man, he needs to his efforts and track down a rapist first before the bomber strikes again. Oh, so Vince Edwards, okay, he's a cop. He's chasing a rapist, but he has to get the rapist first, and then he can go after the mad bomber before he strikes again. Okay. I'm going to look up. You know what? I could swear that this film, The Mad Bomber. Let me see here. Yeah, 1973. I wasn't crazy. So I was a kid when I recorded it. So I probably got it more like 76, 77, whenever like VHS was like really around. So, okay, so I'm not nuts. All right. So let's look at the inside. Excuse me. That's not the front or the back. Don't know if that's maybe supposed to be blood or something. Okay. Interesting that they got the their little alarm stickers in here, you know, because you know that young kid is seeking out the Chuck Connors film Mad Bomber so they could rip it off from this package. So the second one is also from Cinema Deluxe, and it's called Crucible of Terror. Once again, this is an old school movie. It says The Art of Murder. Here's its back. And I don't know if I showed you the back of that. I forget. So it says Crucible of Terror. This is directed by Ted Hooker. See if there's anybody down. I'm going to be saying no. No. Original screenplay by Ted Hooker and Tom Parkinson, who was also the producer. Running time is 91 minutes, color. So it says here, printed US in 1991, 1996 TV Matters, 2005 Genon Entertainment, not rated. So let's, I'm pretty sure this is 70s also. So let's look this up too. G-C-I-B-L-E of Terror. 1971. Okay, 1971. Yeah, they're just not putting down the original dates of these. It's kind of the front. So they also used to have in those gas stations back in the day, they also had ones that were paper that would just kind of open up and the disc would be slid inside like a little pocket. So there were these types, and then there were also paper ones too. So the next one is one that I think is kind of funny. It is Chinese-speaking vampires. There we go. I've only found this at one Dollar Tree, so I grabbed it. And their war has come to America. Well, thanks, guys. Can just leave it back there. and just leave it in China. Got to bring it to us. And yeah, I don't know. Let's see. Stars Davy Williams, Sean Eden Yen, Daniela Brown, and June Lee. Chinese-speaking vampires. And I'm guessing that's what that means, Chinese-speaking vampires right there. This is also Echo Bridge. There's a lot going on that back. So let's see here. Directed by Randy Kint. See, it's English, widescreen, 80 minutes color. Anybody else that stands out? Not seeing anyone. Down Davy Williams. So it says it stars Davy Williams, and it looks like it's also written by Davy Williams. There is a action director, Sean Eden Yen. Sean Eden Yen. Okay. So we got these don't really have, looking at the thin case ones, don't really give you anything on the back to, almost looks like she's holding a lightsaber. But there's a lot on the back of this one. So we got vampire biting woman. That looks like her. And then we have man with two stakes and a woman standing behind him with a stake. I think those are... here we have maybe vampires, and then here's the guys with crosses. And then we have, it looks like a woman with a stake fighting an Asian guy, fighting, so that's maybe a martial arts scene. Here we have a man with fangs going to bite a woman. So that looks like that's him there. And then this guy here is right there. And it looks like maybe he's staking one of our vampires there. It says 2020. Artwork 2021. So made 2020, released 2021. So it's pretty, looks pretty new. SP released it. Okay, so let's see. Tony is an actor who needs his big break. When his agent gets him an audition for the role of a Mandarin-speaking movie, in a Mandarin-speaking movie, he starts taking classes. When the casting agents give him a month to work on his skills, Tony signs up for an advanced course in Mandarin. The problem is that the teacher is a Chinese-speaking vampire, and the way he teaches the language is by bestowing it through vampirism. Well, be a quick way to learn it. His teacher wants to raise a vampire army to take over LA, but all Tony wants is to get the role. But to get the role, that's what he wants, the role, exclamation point. He and the other students must fight back against their teacher. So, well, maybe these are students? Don't know. Have to find out. So that's a picture from the back. All right. So following in the tradition of Asian type movies, I got one here that's a monster movie, a kaiju movie. And it is, I think it's pronounced Reigo, King of Sea Monsters. This I was very surprised to see, but I also see this at a lot of Dollar Trees. This is actually from SRS. This is Ron Bonk's company. So I was very surprised to see this there. I didn't see any other SRS DVDs. This is the only one I saw, and there were a lot of copies at wherever I went. It does say, it's the Kaiju fans will love this movie. This is from bmovie.com. So here we have like a big Godzilla type creature popping up behind a ship, like a cruiser, battle cruiser. Mickey Curtis is the only one that I'm going to attempt to pronounce. Otherwise, we'll be here all night with the other two names. Sorry. You got its side, its back. It says, an ambitious and original project from a fan of the... Oh my God. Let's start that again. An ambitious and original project from a fan of the genre. That's Black Hole Reviews. Bonus features, photo gallery, and trailers. The film is not rated. This is 2019. This looks like it might have been shot overseas because I cannot pronounce any of the names back here. I cannot. So I wonder if this is a like an Asian film that Ron picked up and released through SRS. He's done a few of these, but I didn't know if they were like legitimate kaiju movies that he was releasing, or if maybe they were more kind of comedy type stuff. You know, I wasn't sure, but maybe it is. Maybe these are like actual kaiju movies that he's releasing. So I'll have to look more into that. In little writing up here, it says color 81 minutes 2019. So that's when the movie was released. So let's see. The battleship Yamato, the largest and strongest of its time, is on patrol when a lookout spots a massive shape half submerged in the distance. Believing it to be an enemy submarine, they fire and score a direct hit. But they are shocked when the subject emits a strange cry as it sinks beneath the waves. Soon after, something much larger arrives. Its mother. The massive kaiju, Reigo? Sorry if I mispronounced. Reigo, I think. Seething with rage at the murder of its cub. Yep. The monster attacks the combined fleet with incredible ferocity and awesome destructive power. The naval forces are caught off guard, and Reigo is able to destroy the escort ships and damage the Yamato before returning to the ocean depths. Now the stage is set for a final battle to unfold between the world's largest battleship and the mysterious dragon-like monster. Who will prevail? I don't know, that sounds kind of cool. So it looks like here we got people from the ship. Looks like a hand or a creature or something on somebody. Old man talking to military guy. And there's maybe like a captain, like a military captain there. Yeah, this could be fun. That's the front cover. Okay, so now the next ones that we get into, two of them are like big actors in movies I've never heard of. So I picked those up, and then one is from an actor that I love. She is on my list along with like Mila Holovich, in a movie I have heard of, but I've never seen. So the first one is Cold Blood with Jean Reno. Never heard of it. I do like movies that take place in the snow. It's also got Sarah Lind. I do not know who that is. Jean looks kind of badass there. And maybe that's him down there with the gun. Cold Blood. It's a nice, clear picture. I like the colors on it. It's a little hard to see with it kind of shining in the light, but it actually has very nice colors on it. And this is a good cover, too. I like this. I like that. Vampires has the kind of Scream X-Men type cover going for it. Here's its side. Let's say Screen Media. So you can't outrun the past. Bonus material, Making of Cold Blood the cast, Making of Cold Blood locations. This is written and directed by, okay, so this is most likely French, I'm assuming. Because Frederick is spelled differently, but it is Frederick Peloton. It's color, 91 minutes, surround stereo, widescreen. Looks like this was made 2018, but the artwork is 2019. So there, that looks like that's Jean. Same picture is there. So here we have woman in warm coat. There's maybe Jean there firing a gun. Looks like a funeral. And then we got some police people here. So let's find out what this is about, because I'm curious about this. I like Jean Reno. So let's see. Henry, Jean Reno, one of the world's most wanted hitmen, has cut himself off from humanity, alone with the snow-covered trees and silence that surrounds him in the forest. I love that. I want to watch this just because of that. I love the snow. I love the trees. If I was one of those guys, I would go just live in a cabin up in the woods and in the snow and all that stuff. One day, a young woman, Sarah Lind, appears at his doorstep, badly injured from a snowmobile accident and on the verge of death. Henry rescues her, knowing that without his help, she will not survive. For the first time in his life, Henry saves a life instead of taking one. Okay. However, the young woman has her own agenda, raising the question, can you ever outrun your past? Question mark. Now, I don't think I'm going to know anybody else in this. Well, let's just see, just in case. Oh, so this is actually called, according to the credits, Cold Blood Legacy. Yeah, these are all French, very French. So I'm not going to know. In support with the Ukrainian State Film Agency, Ukrainian Ministry of Culture. You have French-Ukrainian co-production. Wow, the Ukrainian stuff is a little timely. Yeah, Ukraine French. Okay. And it's just the front. Now, the next one is known actor, never heard of the movie. And that is Crown Vic. And that has Thomas Jane and Luke Kleintank. Luke Kleintank. From the for producer Alec Baldwin. I'm a big Alec Baldwin fan. I love Alec Baldwin, but it's very unfortunate of what has happened recently, especially on the film Rust. But since I wasn't there, I can't give full judgment of what happened with Alec Baldwin on that set. We can only go off of what the media tells us. But yeah, so we got the other Baldwin. What's his face? William Baldwin. Almost forgot. And now we have as an actor, and then we have Alec Baldwin as a producer. Okay. So Thomas Jane, and then that must be that Luke Klein tank right there. Nothing else on the front. So let's see. This is also screen media. And it says, right and wrong isn't always black and white. There is a review, a truly astounding work from beginning to end. It did play at the Tribeca Film Festival 2019. It is directed by Joel Souza. Very tiny. Rated R. There's no way I could read why it's rated R, but there's a lot of stuff there I want to read. I mean, it's so tiny, but I can't read it. There's a lot of it there. I want to know why. Color 110, widescreen, 2019. So let's see, okay. Crown Vic takes us on a one memorable night in the life of veteran patrol officer Ray Mandel, Thomas Jane, and his trainee, ambitious rookie cop Nick Holland, Luke Kleintank. In the LA's academic, in the LAPD's Olympic division, with two cop killers on the loose and hunting for more targets, Mandel and Holland must contend with a city about to boil over, as well as Jack Van Sant, Josh Hopkins, an unhinged rogue cop out for payback, running wild in their patrol zone. As the night wears on, Mandel finds himself in a desperate race against the clock to find a missing girl as he and Holland patrol the dangerous streets of LA in their police car, protected by only a few thin sheets of metal and glass. ... Okay. That doesn't sound too bad. Maybe Baldwin was supposed to be in this and he couldn't, so he just stayed on as producer. Don't see anybody. Yeah. Might be okay. All right. Now, this next one is my number 2. And Mila Jovovich is my number 1. And my number 2 is Kate Beckinsale. And this is, and I think a lot of people have already heard of this, but it came and went, like it just disappeared. Hence, Disappointments. But this is, Disappointments Room. And it says, some mysteries should not be unlocked. And I remember that she did some press for this. There was some advertising for it, but man, it came and went. So who knows? No reviews or anything on this one. This I'm not a fan of, for as far as the cover goes. I just kind of glanced over at it. See, if you're going to put people on the cover, like this is a decent cover. Even though it's just him, it has good colors. It's kind of hard to see, but the picture is very clear. This is like a 4K picture or something. It's very clear. And it's nice looking with the colors and everything. This I don't really care for that much. I mean, we do see the badge here, so maybe they're sitting inside a cop car. Thomas Jane's got a mustache on. You know, he's got his partner over there. So I don't know. It just doesn't, the cover just doesn't do it for me. There should be something, some sort of log line or something right here, something. But this one is okay with its reds. So red seems to be the focus on this, like red and black. White is a good one too. Her dress is white. We got all the black, red. Kate's name is in yellow. And yellow is right here on the lock. So everything is at least, it looks like twice as far as colors go. So this is not a bad one either. Kind of drab, kind of faded looking. Oh, Kate's a blonde. Let's see here. So what do we got? Special feature, Unwanted, Inside the Disappointments Room. Let's see, English and Spanish, 2016. Color, 85 minutes, widescreen. Oh, it's J.D. Caruso. Co-written by J.D. Caruso. He's done a lot of stuff. A lot of TV. Music is by Brian Taylor. That's a good thing. It's actually done through Rogue Pictures. Disappointments Room. Nobody else really known. Okay, so it's got a decent director on it. And a decent guy doing the music. It is rated R. Violent content, bloody images, some sexuality, and language. I always like reading why it's that way. All right, well, let's find out what it's about. Well, first, wait. Well, there's Kate. Got to introduce everybody. So there's Kate with blonde hair. Looks like a tombstone is up here. That could be maybe like her husband with her kid. Same picture of that kid. Oh, looks like crazy woman with hammer. And man with dog. So let's find out what this is about. The door to heart-pounding terror swings wide open in this gripping psychological thriller based on true events. Looking for a fresh start, Dana, Kate Beckinsale, and David, Mel Radio, I think it's Radio, and their 5-year-old son move from the big city to a rural southern mansion in need of restoration. But the young family's dream home quickly becomes a chilling nightmare when Dana discovers a hidden room in the attic, unleashing unexplained events that test her sanity and slowly reveal shocking secrets from the past. Okay? Kind of looks like an Amityville horror window right there. Not sure if this grabs me. Maybe that's why it just kind of came and went. Just the front. Yeah, Kate Beckinsale film actually that I just rewatched is a movie called Whiteout, and it's from Castle Films, and I really like that film. In the snow, Kate looks beautiful. It's a mystery movie. It's good. It's a good film. I liked it a lot. So check out Whiteout if you want a movie to watch and you're not sure which one to do. This one is now a collection. I love the cover of this. I absolutely love the cover of this. I remember when I saw it in the stores, I just took a picture of the cover. I just kept it on my phone for a while. I love this cover. And I've wanted to pick it up for a while, but it's always been kind of expensive. And then I was going to buy it used, and I don't know. And boom, there it was at $1.25 tree. So it is Termination Collection. Like I said, I love this cover. And I mean, I just love the Terminator type skull that's on here. You got like the cyborg, you know, ship here, like destroying the city. You got more androids here with laser guns. You got the humans fighting them. It has 5 movies in it. I just dig it. I really dig that cover. And this is also Echo Bridge. So it has 5 movies, but over 7 hours of pure entertainment. Termination, don't want to get sued, collection. So this whole package came out in 2015. It's 453 minutes and color. They're showing 4 pictures. And I have no idea what those 4 pictures are from, because I don't think I've ever watched any of these. No. I know some of them. I haven't heard of all of them, though. But the first one is called Cyber Vengeance. Will, a virtual gamer, is introduced to an alternate realm where wealthy patrons pay for their fun at any cost. And that is, these things are really tiny. It looks like it's 1999. 94 minutes, color not rated. Violence, profanity, adult situations, and nudity. It is produced and directed by J, the letter J, Christian. I can't tell some of these letters. Ingvar Olsen. Ingvar Olsen. It's really tiny. And once again, I have no idea what these go to. It would have been nice if they just would have, I mean, they could have moved some stuff around and maybe put this on top of this and then put the 5. I mean, they already have 4. Just maybe make them a little bit smaller, even leave that here. Make it a little bit smaller and add in that 5th one right next to each one. So then you know which one each picture goes to. I have no idea. The next one is called Running Delilah. A beautiful secret agent, Kim Cattrall, well, maybe that's Kim Cattrall there, is brutally attacked and brought back to life as an artificial superhuman. Let's see, it's 85 minutes, color PG-13 for some scenes of violence. Might have been a TV movie. It says ABC. But that's all it gives. It doesn't give credits. So the next one is Shadow Chaser, which I think they made a sequel to. I think that there is a Shadow Chaser 2. An android terrorist holds a hospital and the president's daughter hostage in this Die Hard meets the Terminator action flick. Okay. 93 minutes, color rated R for action violence. And this is, looks like 1992. Directed by John Iris? Maybe Iris. Okay. Well, that kind of looks Die Hard versus Terminator, so maybe that one's that one. The next one is Stormtrooper. I'm sorry. Don't want to get sued. I jumped. Storm. Oh, it is Stormtrooper. Stormtrooper. I thought it was something else for some reason. I was thinking maybe it was Star Wars or something. But no, it is Stormtrooper. Stark, a cyborg, escapes from his high security birthplace and sets off in search of a new life. Oh, well, that's kind of sweet. 90 minutes, color not rated. Adult situations, violence, and profanity. This is from Sintel Films, which is actually a known, that's a known company, but it's directed by Jim Wynorski. Okay. All right. Yeah, Jim Wynorski. Carol Alt is in it. Corey Feldman. Rick Hill, who I know is Richard Hill. He was Deathstalker. I believe that's the same guy. And Cool Mo Death. Okay. So that's not too bad. Let's take a look. Let's see back here. Let me look at Shadow Chaser. Martin Cove. Oh, the film is actually called Project Shadow Chaser. That's how I remember it. Project Shadow Chaser. Meg Foster. It's really hard to see some of these. Okay, then Running Delilah is Kim Cattrall. Cyber Vengeance. Let's see if I could see Robert Dalvey. And that's it for that one. Okay, and then the last one on here is Star Knight, and I've heard of that one too. And that's a cosmic explorer arrives at a medieval European village and falls for its beautiful princess. Well, who wouldn't? But the townspeople refuse to give her up so easily. And this stars Harvey Keitel. 91 minutes, color, rated PG-13 for nudity. So let's see. Oh, that's right, Klaus Kinski. Fernando Rey, Harvey Keitel. It's produced and directed by Fernando Colombo. Colombo? Yeah, I'm so no idea what these pictures go to. So weird that they wouldn't just put up the pictures for each one. All right, well, let's look inside. This is the one thing I don't like. But Echo Bridge is actually pretty good at this. So all the movies are up slammed and crammed and squished onto one disc. I don't like that. Let me make sure. Let me try to take it out. Yep. One disc. So we got, let's see, Cyber Vengeance, Chasing Delilah, Shadow Chaser, Stormtrooper, and Night Ghost, the Night Star Knight. 2015, it says on the disc. 2015 on the box. But Echo Bridge is actually pretty good at putting all their stuff on the one thing. It still looks pretty good. So, all right, that is it. That is it. So now it's time for that recap. So, like always, we start with the one that we ended with. So we have the Terminator Collection, which sounds pretty cool. I definitely want to check those out. Kate Beckinsale in the Disappointments room. And here we have Thomas Jane in Crown Vic. Here's Jean Reno in Cold Blood. Here we have a kaiju film. I'm still not sure how to pronounce it. Like Reigo. I think it's Reigo. King of the Sea Monsters. And then we got Chinese speaking vampires. We got the thin boxes, so Crucible of Terror, old school stuff. The Mad Bomber, old school stuff. This is something that would never be made today. Never. Blu-ray, we got Two Graves in the Desert. Sounds kind of promising. And then the Salem witch trials, which confuses the crap out of me as far as dates go. So it's a very long movie if the running time is correct, or maybe it was a 3-hour miniseries or something, you know, like it's on TV for 1 or 2 nights. But I'm up for anything that deals with the Salem witch trials. So, all right, that's it. So, yeah. So thanks for watching this. I really do appreciate it. So today is Monday, and then Wednesday, we do have a brand new One Filmmaker, One Film. And then we'll have another video. I always say we. Why am I always, I'm always thinking maybe it's my split personalities. And then I'll have up another video on Friday or Saturday. And then the following week, we have another brand new One Filmmaker, and then 2 more videos for like Monday, Tuesday, or Friday, Saturday. And then I'm probably going to be taking a break, just to let everybody know. So I got to get some films done. Writing done, producing done, films done, working on other people's movies. So obligations that I have to fulfill. So I'll still probably do the occasional video, but probably for a little bit, I'll be taking a break. So we'll see what happens. So, all right, everybody, appreciate you and be safe. Bye. Hey, everybody. Thanks for hanging out after the video. And thank you for watching the very first Dark Park Films sponsored video. And who is that sponsor? Well, I've now learned if I do this with my hands, they go to the right area. There we go. That would be Wildlife Command Center Coffee. And you can purchase it right there. You can go to their website, which is buyWCC.com, and pick up their coffee. They have 2 blends, which I'm going to show you now. The first coffee is this one right here. This is a breakfast blend. It's 10 ounces, and it is a medium ground. And it does say, and it's breakfast, like I said, and this is what it says right here. It says, early bird can catch the worm. So there you go, a breakfast blend coffee that helps you catch the worm in the morning. And I really like this one. I'm more of a breakfast kind of blend coffee guy in the morning. So this one I really like. It has that little bit of oomph to it to kind of get you moving, get you up and out. And so I really enjoy this one, but that doesn't mean that I don't like the other one, which is this one right here. This is a dark roast. It is also 10 ounces, and both of these are $7.99 at their website. Pretty good price for 10 ounces worth of ground coffee. This one is, it's a little darker. So it's, I think it's better for drinking at night. Maybe if you're, writing a screenplay, or if you're filming, this has got that oomph, that double punch to get you going. So this is one that I also recommend. I like both of these quite a bit, but I kind of do, the breakfast in the morning and then the dark more at night. So I recommend both of these quite a bit. And how did I find out about these two, these 2 coffees here? And how did I find out about Wildlife Command Center? Well, when I was working on Night of the Zomghouls, there was a box of coffee that was just sitting there filled with coffee. And we didn't know what to do with it. Like, whose is this? Who brought it? Why is it here? And so we just kept going to the store and buying coffee. And then one day I said, why don't we just get the coffee out of the box and use that instead of, wasting money on going to Smith's or whatever and picking up coffee. So we did. we did not realize that it was the Wildlife Command Center coffee, and that it, was sponsoring the movie. And it was great coffee. Everybody loved it. And we just went right through it. By the last day of filming, this coffee was gone. And I went and found out, about Wildlife Command Center, asked if they would like to be a sponsor for Dark Park Films, for their coffee. As many of you know, I love coffee. I love coffee mugs. And so this was a perfect match. And Wildlife Command Center is great with animals. So they provide a great service for rescuing animals. So it's kind of that double whammy for me, where coffee, helping animals, you can't go wrong. And they were even cool enough to send me, get in there, a coffee mug, because they knew that I liked coffee mugs. And right now, I don't get that. That a little bit. I'm going to go on the keyboard, but that's their dark blend, because I'm recording this at night. So I am actually drinking that while recording. Also, one thing that you can get at their website, which is cool, is you can get this. There you go. This pocket knife, which is $9.49. And this is pretty cool because it has their name on it. Wildlife Command Center, we can catch it. And this is what it looks like. Put that down there. There we go. Fully out. So you're getting like the bottle opener, you got the corkscrew, you got a screwdriver, you got a blade, and then you got this little hook thing that you can pop it into something that doesn't have a tab, and then the liquid or whatever in there will come out. So this is pretty cool. And I'm just going to keep mine in my car, because you never know. You might need a pocket knife. So please support them. I'm going to have links down below, where you can, check out just the Wildlife Command Center. I'll also have a link for Wildlife Command Center coffee. And it will basically be for both these guys right here. And please support them. I support them. I think what they do is pretty awesome. And, maybe this coffee will be on your set or in your kitchen. It will definitely be, on my set, in my kitchen. I know that. So please, once again, I'm going to show you these. Please go to their website and pick up their coffee and make it part of your day or night, depending on which one you like. So that'll be about it. I really appreciate it. Thanks for hanging out with me. And yeah, so thank you. And once again, please support my channel. Please support the Wildlife Command Center. And I will catch you later. Bye.